Sometimes it is of value to step back a little bit and try to look at the well-being of the planet, to realize how much well-being is really here. In other words, it's huge. It's huge. Do you think about it?
Oh, yes.
The planet spinning in its orbit and the food continuing to be there. In other words, the well-being is so big. But we think, you and so many others, have been watching your news broadcasts where the not well-being is emphasized. If they were really fair with you, if they would display the bad news proportionate to what's really happening, in an hour broadcast it would be like zzz, across the screen. Zzz. You'd say, what was that? Oh, well, that represented all of the bad stuff on the planet today. That's proportionate to what was happening. So what we're getting at here is that you have to bring yourself to a place where you accept that, you ask and it is given, and that you're just going to relax and let it in. But there's something that goes wrong when you are, in some ways, justifying the 16 million that will come by saying, I will use it to help those who don't understand. For those who still think that it's hard, you've got to get into this place where you don't think it's hard for you and you don't think it's hard for them. You've got to get into this place where you say, creation is an easy thing. We're asking at all levels of our being, and source energy is answering. I'm going to relax and let this in. I'm going to relax and let this in. Now, you can line up with 16 million by finding things that you're wanting to do with it. And we are not trying to guide you away from giving it to anyone that you want to give it to. We just want you to know that you're giving it to them out of the joy of giving it to them, not because if you didn't give it to them, they would not ever have anything good ever happen to them. Right. In other words, what you're wanting to understand and help them understand is that the good flows and that you found a way to tap into it. And they can find a way to tap into it too. And the lottery, or the 16 million, in whatever way it comes, is just one of the avenues, or one of the things that can come through this path of no resistance. But whatever you're asking for can come. So, now let's go back again. Talk to us about the house.
Oh, yeah, okay. It's actually a high-rise condominium on Wilshire. It's in a building called Latour. It's unit 1803. It faces southeast. And it's 3 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms. So that's the place that I want.
So now you're living there, and describe to us what it's like to live in such a place. In other words,
it is so pretty. The sun comes, in the afternoon, the sun comes in through the window. I have this really pretty sisal rug on the floor, and I've already picked out my bed. It's so nice. Has a little white backdrop, and it's real soft, so I can lay my head back and watch TV at night. I mean, I have a vivid, picture of everything. The couch is...
Have you practiced it enough that it's starting to feel like that's where you live?
Sometimes it does.
The reason
and then I go home, and it's not the same place.
But that is the thing that we're wanting to help you to realize, is that when you are at home, and it isn't the same place, but you are knowing that you're on your way to that place. It's like pretend that you have 2 places. Pretend that is your place, and then you have this other place you go because it's closer to work. Or you have this place that is your place, and even though you're not there, it's still your place. And meanwhile, it's like having a lovely place at home and temporarily being in a motorhome, or having a lovely place at home and temporarily being in a hotel room that only has 1 bathroom. And you don't find yourself feeling like a 1-bathroom person just because you're in a hotel room with only 1 bathroom. You accept that there's a much more expansiveness to your life experience. And that's the thing that you're wanting to do. You're wanting to accept that this is who you are, that this is how you live, that this is what the universe is yielding to you, that this and so many things like this are on their way, that you are the receiver of, the allower of, the owner of, the deserver of. This is really who you are. And then when you are home, or when you are in some other space that is other than that, it's like being a multimillionaire and being on a trip in some country where things are not like they are at home, but you're there for the adventure. You didn't expect everything to be like it was at home. In other words, it does not change who you are and what you have. You don't take everything that you are and everything that you have everywhere you go, but still it is who you are. You get a sense of it. So who you are is who you are in this virtual reality that you are conjuring. This is who you are. And when you are in some different space, you don't push against it and and say, oh, this is not my favorite space. You say, there are a lot of positive aspects in this space. Who I really am is this. Until, before you know it, you see, the universe accepted at your first utterance of desire and continues to accept any amendments that you offer to it. The universe knows exactly who you are and what you want. Every preference that you've noted, and there have been trillions of them through the course of your life experience from all levels of your being, you've offered a lot of information to these universal forces, and they are answering you so precisely. You've just got to get into this place where you let it be. And you can't let it be in that comparative, it hasn't happened yet feeling, you see. So it's all about enjoying the journey. It's about not taking score and saying, oh, it hasn't happened yet. This is it. Where I'm living is not where I'm dreaming that I'm wanting to live. That's a non-issue. Where you are at any point in time, you don't live on that chair either. You don't live in this big empty room either, and yet here you are. But it does not dissuade you from the totality of that which you are, you see. And so what happens is the more you play in these virtual realities, the more you begin to accept that ambiance, the more you are that being. And the universe already knows it and is offering to you, but you softly then open vibrationally and let it in. And amazing things begin happening even as soon as today. Amazing things begin happening that let you know that you found a little more allowing and a little more allowing and a little more allowing and a little more allowing. Until before you know it, it begins to feel like the entire world is catering to you. It's like everything seems to exist for the enhancement of your experience. Everywhere you go, there are people and circumstances and events just lined up to accommodate you because you, after all, are vibrationally there. You see? Sometimes we think thinking about winning the lottery has a detrimental effect because you have so much knowledge about the odds of that.
I don't care about
or because you are aware. And so if that's not a factor to you, then let it. What we think is usually a better idea is to say, universe, you know what I want. You know who I am and how I'm wanting to live. You know what my future experience holds in light of what I've been offering. And I'm ready to let in as much as you can accommodate now. And then each day start looking for what the universe is letting in. It's letting in timing. It's letting in traffic patterns. In other words, you're the one letting it in, but the universe, the universal forces, your inner being, that which you call God, it doesn't matter what label you give it. There's a huge staff aware of you, working to assist you in accommodating you on anything that you could ever want, on the biggest thing or the smallest thing, you see. There are no limits. It does not matter if it's $16 million or $600 million. It doesn't matter if it is monetary or if it is about rendezvousing with some kind word. It doesn't matter what the subject is. You have the ability, if you desire it, to live it. No exceptions. Everyone else is the same. We would begin by saying, I'm wanting this experience because I'm wanting to show myself my power and my ability. Power and ability that I already know I have. I'm just wanting to stretch the limits of that a little bit, that I will inspire others to recognizing their power. You're born as an empowerer. You are an uplifter. You're a teacher. That's what you're about. But it is through the clarity of your example that you teach, you see. And so when others see you and are jealous that you have won, they're not letting it in for that time. When they are awe-inspired about what you've done, then they may be. We would win the lottery, and then we would write books about it. And the book would say, I wanted it a bit. I didn't give a lot of thought to how it would come. I pretended that it had already happened. I felt it. I looked forward to it. And then it was. The sweet young woman who won the figure skating. When she is 5 years old, the videotape is showing her saying, I'm going to go to the Olympics, and I'm going to win the gold medal, and I'm really looking forward to that, she said. I'm really looking forward to that. She didn't say, I hope it will happen. It would please my mother if I did it. I've practiced really hard, and if I don't do it, I will be disappointed. She said, I'd like to do that. Wouldn't it be nice if, and won't it be fun when?
Well, thank you. That's it.
Have fun with it.
Okay.
Yes, indeed.